Community Matters show. As always, you know, we're always trying to bring you a good show into your heart, into your eyes, and into your home. This morning, I got some famous people here. I call them the moonshiners. So we're going to be bringing you guys Tennessee whiskey, because that's where it all got started from. But you know, as of always, we always like to ignite the show with a prayer. So let me get the prayer warrior on, and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, prayer warrior. How's everything going for you this morning on this lovely Friday morning?
Well, everything's going wonderful, sweetie. I'm thoroughly blessed.
Yeah, well,
And I know it.
you know, I always like to call you to get our spirit ignited in Friday morning. So if you're ready for the prayer, we're ready to hear it.
Okay. Now, this is our word for the day, guys. When you seek my face, put aside thoughts of everything else. I am above all, as well as in all. Your communion with me transcends both time and circumstances. Be prepared to be blessed bountifully by my presence. Excuse me. For I am a God of unlimited abundance. Open wide your heart and mind to receive more and more of me. When your joy in me meets my joy in you, there are fireworks of heavenly ecstasy. This is eternal life here and now, a tiny foretaste of what awaits you in your life to come. Now you see only a poor reflection as in a mirror, but then you will see face to face. This information can be found in Psalms chapter 28, verse 8, John 15:11, 1 Corinthians 13 and 12.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Hey, I'm soloing today, you know.
Are you?
Yeah, but I got some guests in here. And
okay.
Yeah, we're going to get the show rolling, you know.
Absolutely.
And
I'll be tuning in.
All right. Thank you. And I appreciate
Thank you. I love you guys.
Love you too, babe. All right. Thank you. Hey, man, you know, you got to understand, you know, that's the way things go around here. You got to get close to the mic. This morning, you know, I got some famous guys on the show this morning, especially the one to my left right here. He's been famous in my book because, like I said, he's the one that taught me how to drive tour bus, you know. And when we do tour bus, I used to go in the back of the bus, check the oil, check the water and everything, and then turn around and go in the front of the bus and start it, you know. And he turned around and he said, no, Mr. Wallace, this is how this is going to go, you know. And he showed me how to crank the bus up from the back, you know, showed me how to check everything from the back, and we did it pretty good, you know. And I want to thank the cameraman for all that he's done.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yeah.
And
we're used to seeing them good cameramen.
yeah. So, you know, with that, I want to start to my left, and I want him to introduce himself. I know his name, but I want him to introduce himself to you guys. And all these guys that you're seeing right now, they're what you call moonshiners, you know. And you know,
moonshine to another level.
Oh yeah. You know, and how I was channel hopping one evening, and when I got to him, I said, now I know this guy, this is Richard, you know. So with that, I want him to introduce himself, and you're going to go down the line.
Okay. Well, my name is Richard Landry. I guess I'm the reason why we're here. I'm of Moonshiners fame. I'm part of the cast of a television show called Moonshiners. Discovery's number one. So both of the shows that I participate in.
Okay.
Discovery's number one and number two show.
Okay.
From time to time.
And to your left is your brother Craig.
Yeah, I'm Craig Landry, and I guess Richard is the reason why I'm here today. He brought me into the fray, and now I'm on the show Moonshiners with him for 3.5 seasons now, and I've done Master Distiller once. So we're just pressing forward, keeping on, man.
And to your left?
My name is Kerry Price, and I'm head of charge of sales and marketing, a little management, and a little bit of moonshining assistant. Been knowing these guys all my life. So.
Okay. And to your left?
Ernest Williams, just part of 4 Barrels. Help any way I can.
And to your left?
Yes, sir. My name's Ronnie Edge. I'm just here for the ride. I'm here for the ride.
No, you look like you're here for to protect them.
Security, whatever they need.
Yeah.
Well, the last time we came here was just me and my little brother. So
Right.
This time we kind of come into, like, announce something also. This is 4 Barrels, a distillery that we're doing in New Iberia. Probably, well, the largest black-owned distillery in Louisiana. We really make our own alcohol. We're not selling someone else's. So the largest black-owned distillery in Louisiana. One of the largest in Louisiana.
Right, and I know you're looking for an architect, and if anybody know any architect, please let us know so we could so he could get with the architect and tell him what he want done.
Yeah, we're doing so Ernest came to me in Georgia. I was about to do a distillery there. He came to me and he said, "Man, I got something in Louisiana." And he showed me this four big, huge warehouses. And they used to be owned by who? McElhenney?
Tabasco.
They used to store their barrels in there. You could still see the barrel marks in the ground.
Okay.
So he said, "Let's do something here." So I transitioned the thought because I was gone. I was out of here. So we look at what we got here. A compound.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I could say about you. I always knew you was a hustler, and when your mind is made up to do something, you do it. You know, that's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
But you see, I'm weak, and I know where I'm weak. Where I'm weak, all of these different guys are strong. All of these guys have been in business. Everybody sitting to my left has been in business. He's in business. He's been operating a multi-million-dollar business for 20+ years. This gentleman deals with other states and staffing services and all kind of stuff. My little brother, I mean, anything I do, he jump in head over heels with too. So I mean, when I went to put something together, we didn't go with the JV team. We went get the college that they graduating to. We went get their squad.
Well, I know you and your brother had a driving school that was very successful, and a few things went bad, and you know, y'all had a bus service in New Iberia, you know, and y'all have been doing very well, you know. So this is why I'm proud of y'all, and this is why I want to have y'all on the Community Matters show, so people could hear what you guys are doing, you know, other than carrying guns and sagging pants.
Trying to change the perspective of that. So that's part of the reason why, you know, like doing a distillery where we're doing it in New Iberia, we expect to deal with the tourism part of it, but also to give these kids around there, like, Ernest is a proponent. Like, a lot of people leave from New Iberia when they get, you know, any type of anything going for them, and he's like, he always tells them, "Man, I do business where I come from."
That's the best way.
Just giving some inspiration to, especially the part of town that we're doing this in. I mean, this is, in a historic district, definitely a block away from the courthouse.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's right in the sight of kids that might not have something else to see. And we are normal, everyday people.
Right.
Above all, I might participate on a television show, but when I come back home, I'm still just Richard. To
Yeah.
these guys, I'm just Richard.
Richard.
Now, they know what happens when we step in the airport or a gas station. They know fully what happens.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Richard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know.
and that makes you feel good. That's just like you know, when I'm in the hood, I call it, or in my community. You know, some little guy say, "What's going on, Pop?" Hey, ain't nothing going on, man. Hey, man, why did Paul call you Pop? You know, old school, whatever. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're giving me respect. You know, not to disrespect me. You know, because they could call me all kind of other names.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so this is what I enjoy. I enjoy bringing things to the community. You know, and I think this is a community matter. Even though y'all operating out of New Iberia, it's still a community matter. And this show go all the way into New Iberia. So other people could maybe watching y'all and see y'all say, "Hey, let me stop here and see what they got to say." So, you know, like I said, I've always appreciated you, man.
Well,
You know?
we appreciate you for giving us this platform to kind of make this announcement to let them, you know, I always tell my little brother when we standing behind them cameras, we represent not just my family,
Right.
not just our children. We damn near represent a race.
Yeah. A
You know
culture
what I
of
mean?
people.
Because I have been, I could pull up my phone right now and show you where people say just like an N-word, come to town and steal.
Yeah, yeah. You know, one time I was watching it and couple of
That made him mad as hell.
Yeah, you know, one time I was watching the show, and y'all had made some mesh or whatever you call it, and when y'all got back, it was all gone. And I wanted to call you and tell you, "Hey, Richard, the bear didn't do that." They was following y'all. You know, one time they had a device on your truck, you know, and I don't know how the device fell, but it fooled them, you know. And it's a good show. It's a good show.
And that's a blessing to be able to take part of something like that because people not just in Louisiana are watching that show. It's all over
the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's 51 countries and 154 territories.
Ooh, wow. You know, and when I first started watching it, you made some Monnier moonshine. That's it right there.
This is Monday tea. This is something that we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
This doesn't exist in the market like we're proposing it to be. So we're gonna put it in a can called the RTD, ready to drink.
Yeah.
We're gonna sell it in a couple of different variations. Like this is just a natural ready to drink remedy now. But we're gonna put it in the form like you might get it at home with a little bit of alcohol in it,
Yeah.
nice little tidy.
Yeah.
So
You know-
they say an apple a day keeps the doctor
Doctor
away.
away, yeah. And
That's yours, by the way.
okay, thank you. And nobody could have none.
I already know. Last time we came bearing gifts.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
can have none, right?
Well, y'all gave y'all gifts to who y'all needed to give it to.
Exactly.
So y'all giving this to me, so that's who it's for.
It's for you.
Yeah, but you know, telemarketing. Is it telemarketing or it's just marketing the product to where it got to go or who it got to go to? How that work?
Well, when Richard and I and Ernest got together,
Got to get close to the
I
mic.
told Richard, I see a vision of him being the Tiger Wood of moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the black face of our culture, but he's going into a totally different culture that I never understood. I just thought it was hillbillies. You know, that's what, when I watch TV, I would see. But as far as the marketing, we want to do byproducts of moonshine. We want to do a lot of events to bring our Acadiana culture, Creole culture, and incorporate a little bit of everything. So it's not just for people that drink. It's for people that like to celebrate. We have a lot of festivals.
Right, right.
So try to attack every little genre that involves, where everything involves drinking where we're from.
Yeah,
So-
you're right about that.
So-
You know, so you put it out on in stores, and you make sure that the market got it. You know.
Yeah, we're going to be looking for vendors from Amazon to, of course, online, local vendors, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Like this works so well because look, he's not even a marketing guy, and he's already lined up things like that, like Amazon, Walmart, just inadvertently knowing his cousin is NASCAR. Jameson is the only black tuner
Yeah.
in NASCAR. That's his cousin. When he told him who he was with, a door opened up. There's all kind of evidence. I mean, this combination fits so well. He looks like our security, but
He do the work.
tell
He put the
me.
work in.
I just said something about some pallets the other day, and open the door to pallets here.
Charlie's not done, man.
It all fits together really well. So when we say we're coming with something, you know, most people think, oh, you get in business, they're gonna get in business, they ain't gonna last long. We're trying to make sure this is the number one thing that we all understand. We in this for the long haul. We're trying to make sure that 200 years from now, our grandchildren's grandchildren saying, I don't know how they met. I don't know what they did, but I thank God they did.
Well, you know, I was looking at the Discovery Channel the other day, and the Moonshiners, they go all over, you know. And when Prohibition was here, how they had to do move that alcohol or move the moonshine, and they restorated those cars, man, and stuff like this here. And I said, Richard is into something right now. You into it, bro? You know.
Thank God.
You know.
I don't want to rewrite the history, but before you go too far away from there, when they was getting rid of that liquor 9 times out of 10, we were out there making it.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, we were the ones in the cars driving it, because that was a dangerous thing.
Right.
If you're gonna go to jail, most of the time he'll go drive it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just being able to participate, like I'm participating now, is far different, you know, and I know the responsibility that I fall under right now. That's why I treat this with kid gloves.
Yeah. Well, what I was getting ready to say, you have always believed in God. You know, I remember one time when we was at the Super Bowl game. That was a Super Bowl game, you know, and everybody was out there partying, having fun. Him and I was in our hotel room reading the Bible.
Reading Proverbs.
Yeah. And he was married.
It's better to be in the corner of a rooftop
Yeah.
than live in a house with a nagging woman.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you was nagged when you got back. You know, so, but we enjoyed ourselves, you know. That was the only Super Bowl we went to.
New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
They won
yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And we had fun that day, that night. We enjoyed ourselves after we got through reading the Proverbs. You know, we took a shower, went and laid our head on the pillow and wait for the next day. You know, and we really enjoyed ourselves. Craig, I met Craig, his brother, after I knew Richard, you know, but Craig always treated me sometimes better than Richard did.
All the time.
You know, because Richard, I'll be looking at the Discovery Channel on Moonshiner, and Craig be talking about, man, why I got to carry all the heavy stuff? You know, and I like that. I laugh about myself, because a lot of time I'll be watching it by myself, you know, and I'll be on the edge of my bed talking about, man, y'all don't see that? But I'll be having fun. So, you, Ernest, you dealing with the old Tabasco sauce warehouses?
Yeah, I purchased them a few years back. Almost like a city block,
Wow.
4 large warehouses on it.
Lord.
Yeah, well, maybe we could everybody get together and put a moonshine still as large as Tabasco.
Yes, yes.
You know,
That's
that'll be nice.
Well, you see, what's the good thing about this is it's got a lot of history to it, but the size
Yeah.
associated with it. Usually, when you're in a distillery, we were in a distillery in Jackson.
Tennessee.
No, and Florida.
Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville.
We went to a distillery opening over there, and the place was double the size of this room.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't even big. And we got over there, and the police were over there.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good thing. Like I wanted to say earlier, like God been guiding all my life.
Yeah.
And he always showed. So I got the chance to see something. And when everything went down, the guy didn't with no trouble. When we got there, the police were there.
Mm-hmm.
All because he didn't have a label.
Mm-hmm.
A label.
Yeah.
One label. That's what it was. One
Yep.
label, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shut him down, and he told Ernest, he said, "That's $50,000 worth of product right there, and it'll fit in this little corner right here."
Mm-hmm.
He told me, we called him Flea. He said, "Come on, man, let's go." That's all I had to see.
Mm-hmm.
His size only dictate that he can have that much product.
Mm-hmm.
We about 1,000 times his size.
Yeah.
So we can warehouse a whole lot more product. So when we talk about having a distillery, we're not talking about something small.
Mhm.
We're talking about having enough room to be able to expand for later on.
Yeah. And then you could hire people and teach them.
Oh, that's something that we're gonna definitely. We're not only gonna bring tourism to the area, but we definitely gonna have to. I mean, we can't run it by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what makes this so good. All these people know how to do that.
Right,
They've been
right.
doing it very well. They've been in business for 20 plus years, so
Mhm.
they must know what they're doing.
Well, you know, I'm like this here. I'm going to say my prayers for y'all to have all the success, not luck, success, you know, because what God put on you, can't nobody take that away from you. You know what I mean? So, and you're gonna hear people talking what they into that for. You know, they're gonna mess it up, all kind of stuff. You know.
Hey, you know what? I heard somebody say something kind of similar to that. Oh man, y'all ain't gonna be able to do that. But that's here in local.
Yeah.
But when I hear on the other side of the globe, I hear people say, "Man, you changed alcohol.
Yeah.
You changed moonshine.
Yeah.
You changed the way people think." So I relegate my thought process to the general consensus. So if a lot of people saying one thing about me, or one people said one thing, then I'm gonna just go ahead and listen to what a lot of people say.
You know,
a lot of people can't be wrong all at the same time.
Right. Because you know, I hear.
Now that's not true. Hold on, let me take that back.
You know, a lot of time when I'm looking at, you know, I know more about it by looking at moonshiners on TV than I know about it because I never pull it up on Google or nothing like this and ask them anything about it, you know. But when you hear the masters, you know, you got a master distiller, you know, because they gave that to you. But the masters that test for you to be the master, when they say you got a product that they never heard of before. What was that stuff y'all was doing one day? Y'all was squeezing it with soft. I can't remember the name of it, but y'all had to take the seeds out of it.
Oh, the pawpaw.
The pawpaw.
fruit.
Yeah. You know.
They call that a hillbilly mango.
Man, that thing's so good.
Yeah, y'all make Bloody Mary moonshine, all kind of moonshine.
Bloody Mary, sweet potato, cotton candy, bananas Foster,
Cherry cognac,
cherry cognac, cherry bounce.
cherry bounce.
any rum you could think of, Monglier tea,
Cantaloupe and possum
cantaloupe,
grapes.
possum
It
grapes.
sounds like your warehouse gonna be too small for it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a lot.
yeah. So you know,
And that's not even what we're doing commercially. I mean, we don't make no flavored moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got, in the stores now, they got those flavored moonshines.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, so it's this much moonshine
Mm-hmm.
and the rest is flavor and water. I mean, we're not doing that. We're making a clear product that if I say it's Bananas Foster, it's going to be clear, 80 proof Bananas Foster. Probably we're going to tinker with the proof. We're going to go up to like 82.5. So it's really enjoyable to some people that like it really, really strong. It seems strong, but to people that's usually used to drinking 80 proof, it's not that much stronger, so they can tolerate it.
so y'all got a label to go on this now.
Yeah.
We better have one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is something that we're gonna do. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we're gonna be doing right there. We say we're just making liquor, but I mean, we're dealing with herbals. We're dealing with a sciencey side of alcohol, which is something a lot of people don't do. We deal with loquat, Monglier tea. We deal with mimosa now. We done found out about its values. I've been experimenting with ginger. Sorrel, a plant from Jamaica. So when we talk about making alcohol, like, not only are we not making anything that's ever been made before, we're making alcohol that's actually better for you. Because I know what this stuff do. Well, not this stuff. This stuff do really good for you, but I know what alcohol does to us.
Yeah, well, I sure appreciate this Monglier.
Well, that's
because
gonna be good for you.
I've been asking for it.
I know.
You know,
So I made sure I wasn't walking in your presence without it. Yeah.
You know, because, Monglier tea, they used to just take the straight Monglier tea and make it, and it was knock out a cold and all kind of stuff,
All kinds
So,
of ailments.
yeah. So with this here, with a little shine in it, it's gonna do me even better.
Well, I tell you what, like this is a real good recipe right here. So this is, and I put this together. So I didn't get it from nobody. I'm just going off of the science.
Right.
I'm with the numbers. So based on the numbers, this should have been real good. But when I started dealing with it and started getting people's reaction from it, I had about 4 or 5 different people that told me this even alleviated the swelling on their knees.
Inflammation. Right.
Right.
That's how good it by itself does with inflammation, but the other components that we put in here with it to make it really effective, I mean, they all just work really, really well together. So we put a little science behind it.
Right.
We're not just doing something because our grandfather did it or something like that.
When I was coming up, I might have been in my 20s. This guy used to go and get moonshine out of Texas, and sometimes if I had an upset stomach, I'd always go, Doc, I need a little shot. And man, look, within a couple of hours, it had cleared my stomach up, Yeah.
Back in the days, I listened to a lot of those adages they have up there in Tennessee. Like a guy said, there was a reason why you could take a shot of something real still back in the day when you felt you had a cold. It was kind of like drinking Listerine or something back in the day.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have that many antibiotics running around and you wasn't so prone. So taking a good swig of something would be real good. That's why these guys came around with these herbals and these botanicals with a little bit of liquor in it. They started calling them snake oil salesmen. Well, I mean, in the beginning it wasn't like that, but always, if it's easy to get into, you get the foods into it, and it's not going to be as effective as it should be. So you could call me a snake oil salesman for this right here, but I bet you won't be coughing. You'll probably get up in the morning feeling real good. And if you're married, your wife might tell you, did you take a Viagra? I really ask you that. This stuff really, really works. This stuff really, really does what nature says it can do. And I wish everybody in alcohol took alcohol to the level that we're trying to take it to, because we want to make it better. We know that alcohol, he has not drank alcohol a day in his life. Never. He never smoked, never drank, never done anything like that. So he can't even taste the product.
Right.
But if he smell it,
You know it's good.
he'll know it's good. You know what I mean? So
Oh, you got a call coming in. Missed the call. Call back, caller. Sorry about that. We're gonna get you on this time around. I'm sorry I missed the call, man. But give us a call back. And we'll be all right. You know?
So that's what we want to do. We, instead of making alcohol tear up your liver, tear up your kidneys, we're going to make sure that we put things in that alcohol that are developmental to even start to regenerate if you use them in nature, in a regular form.
Okay, here come the call. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning. How we doing, bro, my brother?
Oh, we doing good?
Good. This is Coach.
Okay, Coach. How you doing this morning, Coach? You must have seen.
Doing pretty good, and I hope everybody's doing pretty good. Guys, I'm looking at y'all right now on a television, and for the past few minutes, I've been listening to you all talk about the business.
Don't ask me for none of my moonshine, Coach.
So, there are some good things about moonshining. You know, my grandfather used to tell me about it back in the day. I was a young kid growing up, and they told me the stories. And then, of course, you get to watch them on television and see the stories of moonshining. But what I was calling for today is I just wanted to share something with the guys. And guys, here's what I want to tell you all. It'll be from my coaching experience. It's a little bit of encouragement, it would be called. You know, guys, like y'all were talking about earlier, about how,
Yeah, my brother.
so many words, how the world's people feel about you when you maybe going into business or you trying to do something, and the opinions of people, etc., etc. But guys, from a coaching perspective, let me just leave y'all with this. And I want y'all to take this and use that in your toolbox. Guys, in order for you to accomplish the things that you so desire to do, you have to relentlessly pursue those things with a whole lot of passion. And as long as you pursuing it with everything I just said, there is nobody can get you distracted from what your mission and your goal is. Once you have that goal marked, it should be somewhere on a wall, somewhere on a mirror, and every day and every morning, especially, and maybe sometime before you go to bed at night, you should read it to yourself.
Yes,
And then
sir.
read it in the morning when you're getting dressed to go back to work to continue the craft.
Yes, sir.
I was once told by coaches that nobody can stop you but yourself. If you don't get up in the morning to get going, then nothing gets done. And nobody to blame but you, because you didn't get going. And if you stopping all the time and finding excuses about why, then again, you stopping yourself. And I think I'm looking at some gentlemen right here that have all been through life's many different challenges. Guys, y'all already possess the talent, y'all already possess the passion, y'all already possess the energy. And all I'm going to add to this is stick Master Jesus, Father God Almighty to this plan, and God, work your plan. And don't quit early. Y'all have to see this thing through. Put some years into this. Because if it fails after years of trying, at least y'all will have known that we gave it our best shot. Because quitters never win, and winners never quit.
That's right.
So guys, that's what I wanted to tell y'all this morning. Good luck on y'all's journey, and I look forward to sampling some of y'all's.
You can't have none of mine, Coach. You can't have none of mine.
We are the consumer.
All right.
And as I look at Interstate 10 right there, with all that traffic going back and forth east and west, that's nothing but commerce, guys. And in order to stop that commerce, y'all got to put a stop to that commerce and bring it on into y'all's business and get that money from all that commerce that's on all these interstates and these highways and byways.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I guess we should have said that we're a couple of months out from actually being out there. And I mean, when you talk
Well,
about
when you gonna start loading the trucks, I'm gonna train your drivers.
I mean, we got so many different avenues and routes to travel with distributorship and whatnot. I mean, I sat down in a restaurant with one of the CEOs at Glacier. We done made so many connections. Like I wanted to say earlier, like all this is God. You know, to be taking part. See, the thing about us is we're able to pull tourism from off of. We could be way ducked off in New Iberia, Louisiana, somewhere, and people not only will come off of I-10, but I'll get people to come off of I-20 and see the only moonshiner in Louisiana, the largest distillery, one of the largest distilleries in Louisiana. The history that we're able to throw in, not just by being in McElhenney, but by the types of alcohol that we're making and how we're changing that up. So, we definitely know where we're going, but we are not that far out from doing this.
They call themselves the 4B.
The Four Barrels.
Four barrels?
Four Barrels.
Barrels Distillery.
Okay.
4 Barrels.
Yes, sir.
And that's how we
Okay, we got another call coming in. Let's see what this call is talking about. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good show. Something different.
Appreciate it.
All righty, yourself. Pretty good show and interesting because that's the oldest show that's been running on TV since I was small. I remember they had a guy had souped up a car to run moonshine, and so the state troopers or the cops couldn't get him. Y'all won't have to do that no more.
No, we don't
With
do
the
that.
Marguerite tea, at one time when I was sick, my mother bought some Marguerite and I drank that. But it really was bitter. But I didn't know the older people was putting liquor in it and it cured them. Really, it cured me, and I still can't stand Marguerite tea right now just to drink it by itself. But it's good to see somebody that looks like me doing what y'all doing. And I'd like to know how y'all, who influenced y'all and who started y'all, how to do it. Because there's an art to it. If you just don't take a bottle of water and boil it, you know. So I think, that's all there.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
You know,
I started watching a television show when I was in a bad marriage. I thought it was a bad marriage. All right. Coach just said, keep God in your life. I can't let him go because I know where I'm at it can't be nobody but him.
Right.
I started watching a television show called Moonshiners with my little boy. And I always told him, man, I could do that. I could be on that show. Don't have no background in making alcohol. I wanted to say something earlier when you was talking. When I first started doing this, I would type in my phone. I would go to YouTube and I would type in moonshine recipes. And I would look at all these recipes. Everybody that did one, I always did do that till I started making and say, I can make it myself now. I know how to do this. When I type in moonshine recipe on YouTube right now, it's all 60% of the content is me, Craig. We started doing this because we do what we do. If you show us something, we're going to find a way to make it better. And that's what we did because alcohol has been the same. Jack Daniel's been Jack Daniel's since Uncle Nearest, a black man, made it and set up the formula.
Right.
Times are changing, and alcohol should change also. So we changed the way people think about alcohol. I can make alcohol taste like whatever I want it to taste like. So we changed the thought process with alcohol. Mungley AT has been there forever. He just said that it was real bitter. They put alcohol in it. They didn't know the science behind it back then. They didn't know that this is the same thing as a leaf. They didn't know that this brings down fever. They didn't know why it did. They know it did it. They didn't know why it did it. What was in it. They didn't know that there's already a form of alcohol in this plant also. People didn't know that the best way to consume this was to grind it up into a powder, put it in a gel cap, and take it once a day. You would never have the taste of it, but you'll have all the effects of it in a daily regimen. Nobody knew that back then. They just knew that something was
That's why they call it home remedy.
Oh, home remedy. Well, we turned that. You know what's a melt? We about to turn it. We made Monk VAT famous. I had a state trooper tell me one day, tell people what Monk VAT is, because there are state troopers telling us that people are stopping on the side of the road. They're stopping people, you know, like, what are you doing? You okay? Well, I'm looking for that Monk VAT I saw on Discovery Channel. People coming in from other states doing that, truck drivers, and they don't even know what they're picking. They're picking the wrong thing in most cases. So we did a good thing and a bad thing because we made Monk VAT famous.
Well, you know, they sell Monk VAT in a bottle in different stores.
Look, I had a little girl call me one day when we first got, no, that's how I know this is God. I had a little girl call me and say, her name is Raven Silas. She owns Blackbird Botanicals. She's been making that stuff right there for forever. She got to the point where she was like, look, I'm gonna just do a little bit here, a little bit there. A couple of days after, her sales skyrocketed. She's in Rouse's. She has production facilities. She has an awesome recipe that she does with this. She's all over the place selling that Monk VAT. They say when you're blessed, your cup runneth over.
Yeah.
She was just in the right place. She was just in the right place at the right time. I mean, she had the product that I was talking about on national television ready to sell while I was talking about it.
You know,
She won.
yeah, well, y'all winning too.
Well,
You know, y'all winning too.
we want us all to win.
And like I say, I'm proud of all of y'all, man. You know, because I'm a community activist. You know, like Brother Darrell said, I'm for my people. You know, regardless of whether they're black or white. You know, because I believe God is love. You know, and you got to love all. You can't just love some. You got to love all. And like I said, I'm blessed to know you guys. You know, because y'all gonna be famous and gonna make me famous. You know, because I know Richard. Richard called me all the time. You know, and how you doing, Mr. Wallace? You know, once he hear my voice, he might tell me, "Oh, I got a call coming in," or "Let me take this call." And
That's Richard.
you know, but he done heard my voice. You know, and I can't say enough about him. And him knowing y'all, he could talk about y'all, and that's gonna satisfy me because he ain't gonna say nothing bad about y'all. You know,
I can't. I can't.
You know?
I mean, these are the people that take care of us. This is an arduous. I say this all the time. Arduous. I use that word when I know it's hard. This is an arduous task right here. This is really, really, really hard. That's why they don't have a whole lot of distilleries running around here. This is really, 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 really hard. And we are navigating in the world that typically we don't navigate in. Typically, we're not up there talking about we about to open a distillery.
right. But no Iberia, you know, y'all gonna put no Iberia on the
We're
map.
gonna put this area on the map. I mean, we have already put New Iberia on the map. I mean, anytime you on Discovery Channel and you see Richard and Craig, it's gonna be New Iberia, Louisiana. New Iberia, Louisiana.
Yeah, because they the guys that y'all got to answer to on the Discovery Channel making y'all product. They always talk about y'all from New Iberia, always bringing that country stuff down here. You know, so like I say, I like what you guys are doing, man. You know, and it's an honor that y'all come on my show, you know, and speak up to it. You know, because this is going to run again. You know, I don't know when they're going to run it again. I can't give you the exact date or time or nothing like this here. But it's going to be ran again, and it's going to be ran more than once.
Well, it's a good thing that, I mean, we just want people to know what we got going on, definitely with 4 Barrels, but anybody can do anything you set your mind to. I mean, if I start from there and go down, and then get to me, so I'll be the only one that you see on TV, but these are not simple people right here, you know what I'm saying? These are blessed individuals that have been through some serious things.
Right.
Got a solid team together. I hope people, you know, the one thing you see is diversity in us. I mean, his wife not in here, but his wife is more of our bodyguard than he is. You know what I mean?
You know, earlier in the show, I mentioned that they was looking for an architect, you know, and if anybody know an architect or anything like this here, get in touch with us. You know, the number's on the screen, and I don't have a problem with giving my number. You know, if somebody could hook us up with an architect, you know, because these guys here is going somewhere, you know.
And you think that would be an easy thing to be able to say, I'm just calling to get an architect? We need one. We're doing some federal paperwork, and according to the paperwork, you never do anything until you get to the process. But at that point, you know, then you do it. Well, go find an architect to get something done. 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 months, a year. That is not simple. Like, just what kids go to school to be an architect, please.
Yeah, because
they make money like doctors, and they got waiting lists like doctors. You would think that'd be a simple thing. So if anybody, definitely, y'all know somebody that can help us with that, that would be a blessing, because I mean, it's just part of a process that we have to go through.
Yeah, well, he called me and asked me, Richard, Mr. Wallace, you know a whole lot of people, you know. I said, well, let me see if I could find something out. I can't think of.
And then he got the chance to see. It's not as easy as you would think.
No, because, you know, architect is not like a carpenter or a plumber, you know, and sometimes it's hard to find a plumber, you know, and then when you find a plumber, if you need something done right away, they might come and stop the leak, but you got to get on a waiting list. Yeah. You know, everything is a waiting list, so.
Yeah, that's how because somebody told me if you make your services too readily available, then it's going to be hard to charge with everybody that makes you wait.
Yeah.
Charge. You used to tell me that with my fences and garage doors. Man, you're going over there right now for these people, and you're charging less than the people that's making you wait forever.
You know, I used to tell them, hey, man, I know a lot of times you need to put food on the table, but sometimes if you wait to put that food on the table, you're going to get a whole lot more.
And that's what's sticking in my mind when we be talking about prices, like what's price points and all of that. That sticks in my mind. Y'all, that's where that come from, right there. He used to tell me all the time, man, don't give your stuff away. Make them pay what it's worth. So we know what it's worth. That's where I get that from right there. Y'all don't even know it.
Well, I thank you for giving me a plug-in, but you know,
it's all through. I done met with plumbers. My whole life been orchestrated for this point right here to get to right here.
You know, I never knew you was gonna go into moonshine. I thought you was gonna always be a garage door fixer, put up garage doors, fence. You know, this man is good at a fence. You know, his own people didn't know that. And when I told him, I said, get your nephew, you know. Man, you know, he messed around, and then when he did go put the fence up, he said, man, how you knew about my nephew could put up a fence like that? I said, because I've seen him.
A bunch of times.
Yeah. You know, we was all, I had a son that passed away, and they was going to bury him in Florida, and I was getting ready to go. And Richard would not let me go by myself, you know. And I'm glad he came with me, because I was driving, and he looked up, he said, man, you're not driving a truck. I'm getting ready to go in the truck, you know, truck weigh station. You know,
pickup truck.
Yeah, and then we got to Florida. My daughter had a garage door that hadn't worked, because I had been there many times, you know, hadn't worked in years. Richard looked at that door, he said, Pat, take me to, y'all went to a hardware store or something like this.
To a big box store.
Yeah, and he came back and he fixed that garage door, and my daughter was so happy. I asked her every now and then, I said, garage door still working? She said, yes, yeah.
I talked to somebody the other day, one of the first big gate operator jobs. I asked a guy that owned the place. I said, man, that gate still work? He said, they ain't never stopped working since the first time you put it up. He said, I ain't never called them for a service call.
Right.
So and you do things right the first time. That's why we're gonna do alcohol right the first time. Better than anybody ever did.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, I'm proud of y'all, you know, what y'all doing. When you're having fun, time wind down, you know,
Yeah.
right quick. You know, but I sure appreciate that, man. What the label gonna be, you know? Y'all got any idea?
Yeah,
We
we got
working
it.
on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a basic idea.
I can't do that. They gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it in there. They put the stuff on.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
they gonna
You know?
do that.
And
Yeah, and he's kind of artsy too, so.
I'm not, I can't even call him between line. He's just being nice.
Oh, this is him here.
yes,
This 4 barrels. That's
well,
right.
full barrel.
Yeah, man, I'm in love with that name. The building the compound has 4 buildings on it.
Mm-hmm.
The distillery part of the operation is in the building number 4.
Mm-hmm.
It was 4 of us standing in front of there.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 4s all over the place. 4,
Yeah.
4s. Like, okay,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
this is 4 barrels.
Yeah. So that's good, man. And I'm glad y'all got somebody other than us, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's important too.
Yeah.
That's important too.
Oh, yeah, very important.
Yeah.
Because where you can't get, I bet you go.
Right.
He more us than us.
I gotta figure that, but you know. Yeah. But I like that the way y'all done it, man.
Yeah,
You know.
this is not a black or white thing. This is we propose with being able to literally change the way that people
Change the game.
change alcohol, the way that people drink alcohol. So, in order to do that, it's not about being all black or all white or anything like that. It's putting a team, like Coach was saying, it's putting a team together
Yeah.
that can win.
Right.
And all under, I mean, don't nobody step on nobody till everybody know pretty much what to
We're
do.
all
ain't-
friends.
And then you got one right here. Got brother, cousin? That's the race car driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
first cousin, yeah.
Yeah, first cousin.
He's with Bubba Wallace. He's on Bubba Wallace's team. This is the only black tuner in NASCAR.
Well, you know, at one time, I'm gonna go back in my days, and I don't want y'all to tell me how old I am now. You know, but they had one black race car driver.
Wendell Scott.
Yeah, and they cut him off, and when they cut him off, he came to his pit and blew up, and that was the last one.
Yeah,
the
I
first
thought-
and the only one.
Me and his grandson close, so we definitely doing the flavor in
In NASCAR.
Yes, sir.
And with that,
In his
honor,
name.
Yeah. Wendell Scott. There's a couple of, that's an expensive undertaking. He's just taking that upon himself to do that. It costs $5,000
per label.
per label
Man, you know,
that you put on a bottle. He's just taking that upon himself, and we're gonna do a real nice liquor because Wendell Scott was really one of the first bootleggers, one of the first, the NASCAR. I mean, all of that.
you know, and y'all all young guys, man. You know, y'all all young guys. See, well, they say Kentucky Fried Chicken. You know, Mr. Kentucky, he started at a late age. You know,
Colonel
But-
Sanders,
yeah, Colonel Sanders. But see, y'all all young. So by the time
Sam
y'all,
Walton.
yeah, by the time y'all get my age, shit, y'all ain't gonna have enough banks to put the money in.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah, well, you know, I foresee things, you know.
And you know what?
I've been around you long enough to know once you get pulled by the horn, it's hard for you to let it go.
Oh no, we ain't gonna let it go. We literally can change alcohol. It's that's
Man,
big,
I
that's
ain't never-
bigger than money to me.
I never knew they had strawberry, not strawberry, Bloody Mary, moonshine, and all that.
It didn't exist.
exist.
It didn't exist.
We did
It
it.
did. We
Yeah.
did that.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we
you know,
did that.
like I said, I never used to go to the moonshiners because I never knew nobody. Once I seen you on it, man, I look for it every day. Or I go to the TV guide, the moonshiners on, because I know you coming on sometime or another.
Yeah,
You know?
we'll be on there. Like it's a following now. I mean, women
Yeah, they doing it.
women are following. I mean, I had a little lady out of California the other day, a little black chick. I'm I'm your biggest fan. Like, you watch that show?
Yeah. Yeah.
You really watch that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, since you've been on it, one of my friends' moms told us about it, and now we watch the show.
You know-
now we like the show.
You're so manable to all of them, and they all manable to you. You know, and that's what makes it good. You know,
All those guys are, I mean, all of them are. Josh, one of the castmates, he just got in a wreck the other day. He finally woke up. He called me last night. What are you doing, ugly? I mean, all those guys. I mean, every last one of those guys. Mark and Digger. I mean, I got keys to Digger's house. I got keys to the man's house.
Yeah.
On my keychain. That's where he lived. This ain't no camp or nothing. All of them are.
well, you know, you always been a well-manable guy. You know, Craig. I just met you today. You know, you look well-manable. All of y'all look
Kerry.
manable. Yeah, all of y'all. You know, and that's what's going to be successful. You know, make y'all successful because y'all don't.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff.